Have you ever had one of your taillights go out on you just to take out the bulb and find it still good? Well, one of the super common issues with 240 sedans and coupes is corrosion around the taillight circuit board. The connectors, the bulb sockets, and the board itself corrode, but hardwiring the light in place is a good solution to make sure the connections never go out again. Some instructions say to take the entire light console out of the car, but these instructions make it way easier. Use a soldering iron, solder, butt connectors, and wire, as well as a bit of sandpaper to clean off the connectors. This is a super easy project, just takes about an hour or so your first time. To start, take all of the 5 sockets out of the console. Note the 2 5W sockets are on the bottom and the 3 21W are along the top. You need to prepare the sockets to be soldered onto by clipping the little plastic guards around the 2 metal tabs. That allows you to easily clean off the back sides of the metal tabs with a file or sandpaper. Next, measure out 10 pieces of wire to be the positive and ground wires for each socket. Always add a few inches to each wire as things start getting really tight in there once everything is soldered in place. I like using black for each ground wire and a different color for each positive wire, but you don't need to do that as the wiring harness is right there and you can easily trace by sight. Now, you can start soldering the ground and positive wires directly onto the bulb sockets. Keep in mind you are going to remove that circuit board and each bulb only has 2 leads, so it doesn't matter which side of the socket gets the ground or the positive. Once each socket has its 2 wires, start combining the ground wires so they all connect to the 1 wire going to the chassis. I used bigger butt connectors here and staged my way to only 1 wire slowly, or you can take the ground wire off the car, clipping it from the circuit board, and solder everything together at once. Whatever works to get a good connection to the ground. Now it's time to start connecting the positive wires to the wiring harness. The first thing to do is to take out the circuit board, which is super easy when the sockets are removed and the ground wire is clipped. It just slips off the console and slides under the rubber pieces. You don't have to be delicate with it since you're going to throw it away soon anyways. Once the circuit board is out, plug each bulb socket back in its place. Clip the white plastic connector, but keep a bit of the colored wire showing on that end, just in case you want more reference. Use a Sharpie to mark out the circuit board and start connecting the sockets to the correct wires on the wiring harness, using the circuit board as your guide. Keep in mind there are wires that go nowhere, and the 2 5W sockets along the bottom are connected to each other. That should be it. Get a buddy to check out that your brakes and turn signal lights work, then turn on your headlights and try it again, along with the reverse lights. I'm so glad we could help out with this. rsportinternational.com is an online store that sells exclusive RSI performance Volvo parts. Race-ready rods and pistons, performance camshafts, stainless steel headers, poly engine mounts, short-step coilovers. RSI is where your Volvo is driven to perform. Check out our rsportinternational.com website or give our 3-bay full-service Portland Volvo shop a call at 503-408-6573.